Imagine your company is deciding between multiple investment options. For example, opening a new branch or launching a new product or something as simple as buying a new piece of machine. Now, what you need is a clear way to evaluate which option or choice makes the most financial sense. Making these types of decisions is not very easy. It requires you to analyze future cash flows, understand concepts like time value of money, calculate metrics like payback period, NPV, IRR, and after doing all of this, presenting the results in a way that convinces the stakeholders. If you get it wrong, then it could lead to costly mistakes. That's where capital budgeting comes in. Capital budgeting is a structured way to assess investments and make data driven decisions that maximize returns. And now, with AI tools like ChatGPT, you can even simplify the entire capital budgeting process, making it simpler and get those insights faster. So, how can you perform capital budgeting calculations using ChatGPT? If you are a finance person like me, then you know the steps involved in capital budgeting process already. For example, it follows forecasting cash flows, calculating metrics like payback period, NPV, and IRR, and then finally give your recommendations based on all those calculations. But manually doing all these can be time consuming. Spending hours on Excel formulas or financial model may not be possible for you, especially if you are juggling with multiple projects. Plus, any mistakes in calculations can throw off your entire analysis. With ChatGPT, you can streamline the entire process and speed it up, even making it faster. Just type a prompt like help me calculate NPV, IRR, and payback period for a project with these cash flows. And let ChatGPT guide you step by step. Let's take a look at an example. Let's take a look at an example of capital budgeting in Excel. How do we do that if we had to do that in Excel? So in this case, you have a company which invests in a new machinery and the new investment is $100,000, and then they expect an annual profit from the new machinery which is $40,000 every year for the next 5 years. So what we do in Excel is we tabulate all the inputs, which is your initial investment, the $100,000, annual profit $40,000, life of the project 5 years, discount rate is given to you, which is 16%. And once you have these inputs, you can create a table with the cash flows showing from year zero to year five. And you can see that it's minus 100,000 because it's an outflow in year zero, and then 40,000 every year, which is a positive number. Okay, if I had to do this in Excel, I would have had to calculate NPV using Excel, and there is a function called NPV function in Excel which calculates the present value, which is NPV. The discount rate is the first input. Then it is asking me values, value 1, value 2, value 3. So I'm taking value of cash inflows from year 1 to year 5, but I'll have to do it separated by commas. Okay. Once I do that, I get present values of future cash flows, and then I'll have to subtract the initial investment from that to get the NPV. So in this case, the NPV is $30,000 or $30,971. Okay. Similarly, I can calculate the IRR using the IRR formula in Excel, which says values. So I can just select 0 to 5 all the years, and I can just close the bracket. Okay, and it gives you the IRR, which is 29 or 28.65%. But to be able to do all of this, I had to first create a table, then create the cash flow table, and then I was able to use some Excel formulas and calculate the NPV and the IRR. But what if we could do all of these in ChatGPT within a fraction of a second or within just a few minutes? Let's take a look at that in the next video. Okay, so now let's do the same example that we saw in Excel in the previous video using ChatGPT. So I have my Excel file open in my next screen, or the other screen. What I'll do is I'll just copy paste the inputs from there and I will bring it here in ChatGPT. So I just copied all the inputs, just taking a simple copy paste, and I have just done a simple copy paste here. And bear in mind, I have a paid ChatGPT version where I can attach files and I can share images with ChatGPT as well. So with that, what I'll do is I'll put this input in ChatGPT, which is the problem. Okay, and it starts calculating and analyzing the data already. So it's automatically started to do some calculations, and without even asking, it gave me the NPV, or the net present value, which is 30,972, which is exactly what we had done while calculating it in Excel, and the IRR as 28.65%. So as you noticed, just pasting the inputs without even asking, it gave you the NPV and IRR. So what we'll do is next is we'll also ask ChatGPT if it can give us the, can you give me the payback period and the discounted payback. So now I'm asking it to calculate two more metrics, which is a payback and the discounted payback period. Again, it is doing some calculations on the back end to get me those results. And let's see, it has got me the payback period as 3.5 years, which looks to be okay, and the discounted payback period is 4.46 years. So we have calculated the NPV, IRR, payback period, discounted payback period just in a fraction of a minute. And now we can ask ChatGPT, is this project a viable option for investment? Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, it says the project appears to be a viable investment option based on the following points, and it has given you detailed analysis of all the metrics that you calculated, including the NPV, IRR, payback period, discounted payback period. And it says based on these metrics, the project is financially sound and worth pursuing. So you can notice how it has computed everything that we used to do in Excel manually, which probably took us three times or four times more time and effort and Excel skills. But now we can do that without wasting a lot of time and do that very quickly. So while ChatGPT can do all the heavy lifting, it's not yet a perfect tool. You still need to validate the inputs, ensure that all the assumptions align with your business case, and double check the results to avoid any errors. By combining ChatGPT's speed with your expertise, you can confidently evaluate investment options and make decisions that drive value for your organization. And all this by saving time and staying productive. So, are you ready to take your AI skills to the next level? Don't just stop here. Check out our full ChatGPT for finance and FP&A course, where you will learn all the tools and techniques to save time, deliver insights, and stay ahead in your career. If you want a live and interactive experience, join our live AI for Finance and FP&A masterclass to get hands-on experience and real-time answers to your questions. Click on the link in the description below to enroll now and unlock the future of finance with AI and ChatGPT.